Published, 1843 Eastern Standard Time, the 28th of December 2017. Updated, 3:47 Eastern Standard Time, the 29th of December 2017. Thierry Henry claimed that Alexis Sanchez's contract rift with Arsenal was causing divisions at the club after the Chilean reacted with confusion and then anger at being snubbed by some of his teammates during a goal celebration. The Chilean scored to put the Gunners 2-1 up after being on the back foot, but rather than jubilant scenes, there was a muted celebration with only a few players embracing him. A number of his teammates simply turned their backs and trudged back to the halfway line, which the Sky Sports pundits took to mean all is not well in the Arsenal dressing room. Alexis Sanchez scored and wheeled away in celebration with four of his Arsenal teammates, but some ignored him. There was a clear divide in the players who decided to celebrate taking the lead and those marching back to their own half. Sanchez scored to put Arsenal 2-1 up after his side were on the back foot, but the celebrations were notably subdued. Sanchez appeared totally nonplussed by the reaction, and tried to call the other players over. His plea were ignored and Sanchez was visibly irate as he appeared to ask Alexandre Lacazette why the other group had reacted in such a way. Henry said on Sky Sports, "There is a division in the team. He is asking them to come. Why are they not coming? Don't you want to celebrate? You're not here for Alexis Sanchez, you're here for Arsenal. Arsenal scored. Go and celebrate. Whoever does it, scores. We don't care about that. Go and celebrate with your teammate." When he realized a number of teammates had decided not to celebrate with him, Sanchez appeared to question why the forward even tried to beckon over those who had snubbed him, but they refused to join in the celebration. Sanchez spoke pointedly to the other group and appeared to be questioning their strange decision not to join in. "Maybe we're reading too much into it, but I noticed it. Sanchez made me notice it. It was like he thought he was alone." Fellow match analyst Graham Souness agreed, saying, "That tells you there is a divided dressing room. That shows they aren't having Sanchez at the moment. I only see that when teams are 5-1 up, not 2-1 up. You're elated, you've just scored a goal. It is clear there is a dynamic in the dressing room that all is not well." Lacazette, Granit Xhaka, Shkodran Mustafi and Mesut Ozil were the players to run off with Sanchez and congratulate him, but Callum Chambers, Sead Kolasinac, Jack Wilshere, Hector Bellerin and Laurent Koscielny turned their backs despite his repeated calls over to them. The Chileans seemed to gesture to Alexandre Lacazette asking why the other players had snubbed him. The frustration then boiled over and Sanchez, who is out of contract in the summer, gestured angrily towards his teammates. Thierry Henry claimed that the display of disunity demonstrated a divide in the dressing room at the club. Speculation abounds as to whether Sanchez will remain at the club, and his uncertain future could be the root cause of the cold reaction to his goal. Manager Arsène Wenger defended Sanchez, insisting the Chilean remains fully committed to Arsenal. When asked about Sanchez's refusal to sign a new deal, a visibly agitated Wenger said, "Every press conference is a psychological problem. Talking about football would be better. I'm not a specialist in psychology. They are questioned, always, when people don't have long contracts. The best way to show they are committed is to give that kind of performance. This kind of Sanchez is a great football player. That's the kind of performance we want from him. Nobody knows what will happen with Sanchez's contract. It's difficult to speculate." Former Arsenal striker Thierry Henry said all the players should have joined in goal celebration. "It's not a guarantee of how long you stay somewhere. As long as you are somewhere, you give your best." And when asked about Sanchez's refusal to sign a new deal, a visibly agitated Wenger said, "Every press conference is a psychological problem. Talking about football would be better. I'm not a specialist in psychology. They are questioned, always, when people don't have long contracts. The best way to show they are committed is to give that kind of performance. This kind of Sanchez is a great football player, as we know. That's the kind of performance we want from him. Nobody knows what will happen really with Sanchez's contract. It's difficult to speculate. It's not a guarantee of how long you stay somewhere. As long as you are somewhere, you give your best." Captain Laurent Koscielny was one player who did congratulate two-goal hero Sanchez. Jack Wilshere, on his fourth consecutive league start, produced a vintage display. His pass to set up Sanchez's crucial second particularly eye-catching. The 25-year-old's deal expires at the end of the season, but Wenger has revealed discussions over an extension will now commence next month. Wenger said, "Beginning of January, it's planned. I said we would sort out his situation in December, end of December, and so I told him we want to meet and sit down." Wilshere added, "I spoke to the boss and he said he will Speak to me so we will see and I'm sure it will get done. Sanchez thumped in Arsenal's second as his rasping shot caught out Speroni at his near post and Arsenal won 3-2.